aosu claims that this camera can clearly see what's happening in your yard at night without any lights. Let's jump in and see if their claims of the new T2 Ultra with aosuCortex are true. We'll start off by unboxing it and going over what it comes with inside the box. There's a quick start guide, positioning and window stickers, solar panels, mounts and mounting hardware, extension USB-C cables with rubber gaskets for waterproofing, 2 USB-C to USB-A cables, an Ethernet cable, as well as the power adapter for the Home Cortex hub. Aside from that, you get the 4K 360-degree PTZ cameras. In this kit there are 2 cameras, but you can also get a kit with 4. And you get the aosu Home Cortex or hub, which stores recordings and gives you additional features. The front cover is held on with magnets and can be pulled off, revealing the drive bay. So if you need to replace or upgrade the storage, this is where it is. On the back you have a USB-A port, the Ethernet port to connect with your router, and the power jack. This camera has 4K color night vision with a starlight sensor which captures full color footage in the dark, so you don't need to have spotlights or other lighting. It is a PTZ camera, so you can rotate the camera to get a complete 360-degree coverage. Now what I really like about PTZ cameras is the fact that with just one camera, you can view multiple angles as well as track subjects as they move. You don't need to install cameras at every angle to be able to have a view of everything. On the front housing of the camera, there's a speaker to be able to speak to people by the camera. On the top of the mounting arm, there is a USB-C port to connect the solar panel to, or to connect to a charging cable to directly charge the battery. Opening the rubber gasket on the bottom of the camera reveals a power button and a reset switch as well as a micro SD reader. To start, you need to download the aosu app from the Play or App Store. Then you'll need to create either an account or login if you already have one. Next, you'll select Add Devices and add the aosuCortex to sync with the cameras. To do this, plug in the aosuCortex in the power outlet and connect the Ethernet cable from the router to the aosuCortex. Once it's powered on, scan the QR code on the aosuCortex to add it to the app. Then make sure the cameras are powered on. Press and hold the sync button on the aosuCortex to make sure it begins blinking blue to be in pairing mode. The aosuCortex will then search for and sync with the cameras. Install any firmware updates which may be available to ensure you have the system running smooth without any glitches. Once everything is synced and ready to go, from the dashboard you can enter the camera settings. In AI surveillance, you have options of person detection, vehicle detection, pet detection, and more. In person detection or vehicle detection, you can enable or disable notifications if the camera detects either of those. As for parking guard, you can enable to be notified once someone enters the parking area where you parked your car. As for intrusion, you can set up a zone where an alarm will sound and a notification will be sent to you if anyone enters. In detection settings, you can enable the system to detect and record people, vehicles, pets, and more. You have the option to decide to get notified or record certain things, or leave everything enabled to capture everything. Also with the Home Cortex Enhanced AI, you can have the system differentiate between people with advanced facial recognition to give you personalized alerts for each individual. You can also enable or disable track motion, which is the feature that automatically rotates the camera and follows an individual. Now, night vision. For night vision settings, you can choose between true color night vision or covert full cover mode. Both offer great nighttime color and clarity, but the covert full color mode gives you even better clarity while balancing color richness and video smoothness. Looking at the aosuCortex, you can go into person management and add a person with a facial picture for the system to be able to identify. This way, anytime the person is picked up on the camera, it'll let you know exactly who it is in the notifications. You can also add your car info for the system to know which car is yours and which is not. This way, if an unidentified car is picked up on the camera, it will notify you. With cross-camera tracking, the system will track multiple individuals from one camera to the other while they move along. It'll also sort or stitch those recordings for you, so you can easily watch the movement from one camera to the other without having to search for each recorded event for that given cross-tracking. With the T2 Ultra with Home Cortex, you'll get detailed notifications giving you specifics on what's going on. Now once you select a specific camera, you can disable or enable the sound, switch between standard or ultra definition, record what you're seeing live onto your smartphone storage, take screenshots, and flip the view to horizontal or landscape to be able to have a larger view as well as zoom in or out. You can also press the microphone button to speak to whoever is by the camera, or play a pre-recorded message from the list. The camera can also be manually moved around. If you hit the 360-degree button, it'll take a panorama picture of the entire viewable area, from which you can also touch specific locations on the picture, and the camera will pan to that area. The illumination button turns the spotlight on or off. And again, you have a microphone button to speak to people by the camera. There is also an alarm button to sound an alarm. And in more settings, you can play voice alerts, turn tracking on or off, and also calibrate the camera. In the events section on the bottom, you're provided with all the recorded events. On top, you can also filter through categories. Diving back into TrueSight, you're provided with specifics on events and can search for a specific thing from the recordings to bring up any recorded video which contains that search parameter. For example, if you search for a man with a hat, it'll bring up all the recorded events which contain a man wearing a hat. The triple detection in this camera, which combines millimeter wave radar, PIR infrared, and Edge AI recognition, works to filter out 90% or more of false alarms. The detachable solar panel gives you the flexibility to use the camera with the battery power only, hardwired, or have the solar panel attached to keep it charged at all times. With the IP65 water resistant rating, you won't have to worry about any rain or bad weather getting in the way. The extension USB-C cables have rubber gaskets as well, ensuring a waterproof connection. The quality of the 4K video is great. You'll be able to clearly see everything that took place and is taking place right from your smartphone. Talking about that, the app is easy to use, and there are more than enough features to make the security camera system an ideal choice for anyone. Installation is also smooth and simple. I've worked with many security cameras and can't really find much I didn't like about this one. The only recommendation I have is during mounting, make sure you mount the camera high enough to get a good view. Because the amount you can raise the PTZ camera up is limited, and it doesn't go all the way up to face upward towards the sky. So if you install it in a low position, you won't be able to get a good overall view from the top to bottom. If you want to see it all when darkness falls, then I recommend you take a look at the aosu T2 Ultra with Home Cortex. I'll place links in the description, and I'll see you in the next one.